the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Tonight on DC News Now at 10, a mass shooting suspect on the run. The search for a gunman in Northern Virginia after allegedly shooting 4 people, killing 2 yesterday. The concern from neighbors tonight. And court appearances set for the man who rammed a U-Haul truck into barricades near the White House. The latest from the case. And we continue to commemorate this Memorial Day weekend for those who made the ultimate sacrifice. The tales of their own service and courage among the brave soldiers in the DMV.
Weather is quiet right now across the entire viewing area, but rain showers are moving up in our direction. The timing of those rain showers with our future tracker coming up in just a little bit. Stick around for that.
Thank you, Scott. And good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10 on DCW 50. I'm Ben Dennis. Well, there's a tentative deal tonight. It's breaking out of Washington that could avoid a June 5th deadline for when the nation could default on its debt. That lower headline right there. Debt deal reached in principle, we're told. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announced it just a short time ago. The Associated Press did report it prior to those remarks. Now, McCarthy did not give specific details or take questions during a 90-second speech, but McCarthy said the tentative 2-year debt deal followed 2 phone calls with President Biden today, including one tonight.
It has historic reductions in spending, consequential reforms that will lift people out of poverty into the workforce, rein in government overreach. There are no new taxes, no new government programs. There's a lot more within the bill.
And Speaker McCarthy said he plans to talk to President Biden about the deal tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll post the details of the agreement online. The House is expected to vote on it Wednesday. Developing now in Prince William County, Virginia. The search still on for the suspect who shot 4 people yesterday, killing 2. By definition, a mass shooting. And the news sent shockwaves through the neighborhood, described as a quiet area by those who live there. The local police said the 4 victims and the suspect were all in a house together at the time shots rang out, not far from an elementary school and a skate park. One man was found dead outside of the home on Birchdale Avenue in Woodbridge after authorities were called there after 2:30 in the afternoon. Inside of the house were 3 other men shot, all rushed to the hospital, and 1 man died in the hospital.
A lot of people outside, a lot of blood, a lot of ambulances, a lot of cops, just something that you don't really see, like especially in this neighborhood. So it was just like a lot of fear in a lot of people's eyes.
Everybody loves to play around with their kids here. Everybody walks, everybody enjoys their day. So gun violence happening here is very shocking.
A mass shooting is defined by when 4 or more people are shot, according to the Gun Violence Archive. Now, Prince William County Police believe the suspect left the area, and they're asking for information leading to an arrest. And D.C. police are also probing the shooting of a teenage boy earlier this afternoon. Authorities say they responded to calls of a shooting on 30th Street in Southeast. They arrived and found the teen conscious and breathing. He is expected to recover. And in Virginia tonight, where a man has been charged for stealing a rifle from a police car and walking into the Pentagon City Mall while armed. This all happened yesterday morning. Investigators say 21-year-old Tyler Rodriguez Hernandez went into a parking garage in the area, set off a fire extinguisher, and then used a shovel to break into a police cruiser. He then reportedly stole a rifle among other items inside the car and briefly entered the Pentagon City Mall before going back to the garage. That's where he was arrested by police. He's facing multiple charges, including grand larceny.
Have all members voted? There have been 121 ayes and 23 nays, 2 present non-voting, 3 absent. The resolution is adopted.
Out of Texas tonight, Attorney General Ken Paxton, the state's top law enforcement official, has been impeached by the State House of Representatives. Over 20 articles of impeachment were issued against him, including charges of bribery and abuse of public trust. The House voted to impeach him 121 to 23, a strong majority there. And Paxton says that the impeachment was politically motivated. Right now, he's been suspended from his office. And a commuter alert tonight. Anyone traveling, looking to avoid bottlenecks on highways this holiday weekend, you have a way around those traffic jams. Metro says they'll get you from point A to point B. but the transit system is operating on a special schedule. For that, DC News Now's Joseph Omo explains.
Hey there. First off, if you need to get to the airport this weekend, Reagan National or Dulles, pro tip here. Take the metro. Traffic is notoriously heavy around the airports this time of year. And secret here, metro trains don't have to sit in traffic like the rest of us. That said, there are a couple of things to know. On Memorial Day, this Monday, train stations are going to open up at 7 o'clock in the morning. You might be used to them opening up normally at 5 o'clock in the morning most days of the week. This time, they're going to be opening up at 7 o'clock, and service goes till midnight. Also, take a look. The Brooklyn Catholic University station will be closed this weekend, and it won't reopen until Tuesday. So if you are traveling along the Red Line, you'll have to take a free shuttle bus in between the Rhode Island Avenue station here and Fort Totten. So for whatever reason, if you are traveling through the Red Line over here, you're going to have to get off at Fort Totten or get off at Rhode Island and shuttle bus through. That can add quite a bit of time to your commute, so be on the lookout for that. As always, the best thing you can do if riding, head to Metro's website, use the trip planner, type in where you're starting your journey, where you need to go, and it'll find out the quickest way to get you there. Reporting here in the studio, Joseph Omo, DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, thanks to Joe for that reporting. New tonight, while many people are officially starting the summer, or unofficially starting the summer weekend rather, the Memorial Day holiday will find many honoring those who served our country who are not with us anymore. They paid the ultimate sacrifice. Dave Laval tells us about a special opportunity tomorrow for people in the DMV to pay tribute. It just takes a little bit of time.
We thought we had about 120,000 flowers.
Not enough for Ramiro Pena Herrera to pay tribute to those buried at Arlington National Cemetery. But good fortune shined on his Memorial Day Flowers Foundation last week.
Floral importers in Miami and the growers in California stepped up to the plate, and they, between the two of them, donated more than 200,000 flowers. Well, no, 200,000 flowers.
That means there are enough flowers for Pena Herrera's foundation to place one on each gravestone, the same as it's done on every Memorial Day since 2011. Now, Pena Herrera needs something else.
Volunteers for placement.
Each volunteer who comes to the cemetery Sunday will receive 25 flowers to place at 25 grave sites.
After you do this, you walk off and you're changed. You're just changed.
One flower will be for one of the most notable grave sites at Arlington. It's only the second year the public will be able to place a flower at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. It's a solemn moment Pena Herrera expects will leave many a bit emotional, just as it did him.
I can't really put it in words because it's just a feeling. It was a great gratitude and appreciation for what, this is an amazing country, and it's a wonderful country. And why is it? Because we have people who are willing to sacrifice their lives for us.
Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Volunteers are asked to arrive to Arlington National Cemetery anytime between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. tomorrow. Flowers will be placed again at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier first, and then throughout the cemetery.
All right, good evening, everyone. Let's take a look at what we have with our live camera here. We've got the Kennedy Center, we've got the Lincoln Memorial behind there, and it's a beautiful night outside. A dry night. There are some clouds out there. It's not a starry sky, but still nonetheless, comfortable temperatures, double sixes here in the D.C. area and elsewhere. Winds east-southeast, fairly light at 7 miles an hour. And as far as the sky conditions, you see clouds drifting in. That's why it's mostly cloudy, because this storm that's just off the Carolina coast here, about, I'd say 50 miles to the east of Charleston, South Carolina, well, that's going to be moving inland over the next 12 to 24 hours, bringing us some periods and pockets of showers, as well as keeping us in the clouds more than not. Now, we will eventually break out into some sunshine, but it's going to take several days for that to happen. Full sunshine, that is. So just brace yourself. Won't need the shades or the sunglasses here over the next several days. As a matter of fact, you can see when we'll start to break out into some sunshine towards the tail end of the week, Thursday and Friday. But up until that point, pollen shouldn't be that bad, as temperatures are going to be fairly low with the east wind, and we shouldn't see too much in the way of tree pollen or the allergies kicking up as bad as it would be towards the end of the week. Yes, it is going to be warm. So what about the headlines and looking forward to maybe a barbecue? Yes, you'll be able to get barbecue in. You may have to dodge a couple of drops now and again, but overall not bad. As Memorial Day is also looking to be a little wet besides Sunday. Cooler than normal early week temperatures, but then summer-like heat builds up late in the week, as you saw. And we'll talk more about the forecast for you coming up in just a few minutes.